In the bustling heart of Accra lived Kwame, a young man weighed down by poverty but fueled by hope. His wife, Abina, was heavily pregnant, and her due date was only weeks away. But trouble loomed. Kwame had no money to pay for her hospital bills. Every night, he lay awake beside her, staring at the cracked ceiling, praying for a miracle. Kwame tried every job he could find, carrying loads at the market, washing cars, even sleeping at construction sites for a little pay, but it was never enough. Desperation began to eat at him. He knew if he didn't find a well-paid job soon, his wife's life and their unborn child's life could be in danger. One afternoon, as the sun scorched the busy Makola market, Kwame heard of a wealthy businesswoman named Madame Surwa. She owned one of the biggest companies in the city and was rumored to pay her workers handsomely. With nothing but hope in his pocket, Kwame put on his only decent shirt, creased but clean, and walked into her office. Madame Surwa was striking, elegant, and commanding. She sat behind a mahogany desk, her eyes scanning Kwame like she could see straight into his soul. Kwame pleaded humbly, "Please, madam, I will do anything. My wife is pregnant and in the hospital. I just need a chance." A long silence followed. Then Madame Surwa leaned back in her chair, a mysterious smile tugging at her lips. She offered him the job, but with a condition so scandalous it shook Kwame to his core. She told him he had to prove his loyalty in a personal way, something no desperate man should ever be asked. Kwame froze. His heart raced. He thought of Abina, her soft smile, her swollen belly, her faith in him. Was this what survival had come to? To trade dignity for money? He excused himself, tears burning his eyes. That night, as Abina winced in pain, Kwame sat by her bed, torn apart by guilt and shame. But destiny had its own plot twist. The next morning, Kwame returned to Madame Surwa's office, ready to decline her shameful offer. But before he could speak, the door burst open. Abina's younger sister, Efua, stormed in. To Kwame's shock, she revealed that Madame Surwa had a dark reputation. Dozens of desperate men had been trapped by her, forced into silence while she exploited them. But now, evidence had been gathered, and Efua had been working with an investigative journalist to expose her. The scandal exploded. News outlets across Ghana carried the story, "Powerful businesswoman exposed for exploiting job seekers." Madame Surwa's empire crumbled overnight. Her wealth couldn't save her from disgrace. Kwame, though shaken, was offered a genuine position at the same company once new management took over. The salary was enough to cover Abina's bills, and he finally saw hope return to her tired eyes. When Abina gave birth to a healthy baby boy, Kwame held the child in his arms, tears streaming down his face. He whispered, "My son, you will never know the hunger, the shame, the desperation your father went through. You will only know love and dignity." In the end, Kwame's story was not one of defeat, but of resilience. Even when pushed to the edge, he chose love and integrity. And though the world tested him, he came out stronger, with his family, his pride, and his future intact.